I didn't want to try and compose a definitive document on 1937's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I wasn't motivated at all to compose a history of this film's production context. There's plenty of them already out there and far more sufficient than any insight I can share. So what else can I do? Wax verbal on how much I adore this film, how it wets my eyes, how it might be the most impressive piece of 2D animation of all time, and how, like 1933's King Kong, the kind of film that everyone else thought would have been absolutely impossible at the time of its initial release, and was only made possible subsequently by the president of said release. Enjoy the screen caps because I've only a modest volume of unique thoughts to share about this monumental masterpiece. Snow White was named by the great Sergei Eisenstein as the greatest film of all time. So why is it that animation is often pushed aside when considering the artistic peaks of cinema accomplishments? Why is it considered less sophisticated? Because people are morons, essentially. Nothing else. It is unfortunate the degree of cruelty which enabled the beauty of these animation classics, Disney's first 5 feature films, obviously beginning with Snow White. So many animation directors from this era would seemingly remain bitter at Walt for the rest of their lives. It is a contentious issue, and it somewhat saddens me how much resentment was brewed by this most wholesome and heartwarming of pictures. All one needs to do is look at this film. Like a silent, one might not need to even understand the film's language in order to understand and appreciate it, to fall in love with it. The dimension where this film takes place in is as magic and beautiful to me as that later featured in Alfie Ray Smith's Andre and Wally B. It is an ideal space which exists bereft of time's pains. There is so much to adore in the runtime of Snow White. Mostly I look at it, listen to it, and feel warm. But why is that? The animation is so beautiful, the score so moving, the happiness of its characters so infectious, it makes one envious. Be careful when watching Snow White. It can remind one of such a happy space. It can reflect on the misfortunes of one's present day. If one is luckier, they might find in Snow White a euphoria which endures over the miserable trivialities of a day in the life. A precious secret. A most cherished secret. Do you want to know? Do you promise not to tell? It's within this film. For better or for worse, Walt Disney's dimensional portals have entranced and motivated generations of children now, and perhaps this has positively, or even negatively, affected their interaction with the chaotic nature of this world, possibly misled by the controlled perfection of pure animation. But this is an accusation which can be levelled against all forms of art, any work of art, anything which can be labelled escapism. As Bender Rodriguez said in possibly my favourite episode of English language TV ever, Obsoletely Fabulous, Futurama, I guess reality is what you make of it. But no, seriously, this film just makes me happy. There is a sorrow which hangs over it, because I feel as though I wonder if this is a happy space which it's so happy it makes one, it can't help but emphasize everything else around it, which is miserable and tarnished by comparison. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is such a happy time and place that I feel as though it can be saddening coming back into the... One can feel saddened after its runtime. I'll put it like that.